Hello everybody, welcome back to Underrated Nations in EU4, the series where we look at countries often overlooked or not played at all. Today's nation is located in Japan. It is the tiny island of So. They get trade efficiency, trade steering, naval force limit modifier, morale of navies, galley combat ability, tech costs, domestic trade power, and diplo reputation. However, these ideas aren't what make this nation so special. Is the fact that they could become a pirate republic at the very start of the game. Today we're going to be having samurai pirates, and our goal for today is we are going to conquer all of Japan, conquer Korea, and if we have time, conquer northern China and Manchuria. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Here we are as the island nation of So. We start out with 2,000 troops, all infantry, and we are separated from the mainland. We actually have to fabricate a claim on anybody that we plan on attacking. Reason being is most Japanese daimyos, they get the Sengoku casus belli on anybody that they are neighboring. However, since we do not have a direct border with anybody other than through a sea tile, we actually do not the Sengoku casus belli. So to start off our game, we are going to be building 4 samurai infantry. If you're not familiar with samurai, they give you +5 discipline. They take less morale damage in combat, but they do cost more in terms of maintenance and also reinforcement cost. We're going to build up to 4 of these guys. We're going to max them out because when we become a pirate republic, samurai force limit actually drops down. So this is what you can kind of do to kind of cheese that, is get ahead of it early on. In terms of rivals, we're going to rival Amago and Shimazu. We're also going to fabricate a claim on Ochi here, also one on Yamana. We also start out allied to this guy Shoni down here, which works to our advantage. We're going to lower army maintenance, and we are not going to do anything with the estates. The reason being is because when we become a pirate republic, we no longer get access to estates, so it's kind of pointless to do anything with them. We just get the generic Japanese missions. When we become a pirate republic, we do get the generic pirate missions instead. And here we go. It's the return to the Waku era. So we're going to go with a pirate's life for me, which changes us to a pirate republic and allows us to actually raid people. We're going to visit the Bank of Korea real fast. Ah, yes. Money and sailors. Now it's also time to visit the Bank of China in a second here. Well, I guess we can only reach here in the Yangtze Delta right now. Oh, 123 ducats. Thank you very much. We're going to raise up army maintenance, hire a general who's just kind of meh, have them transport here because since we are a subject of Ashikaga, we can actually have our troops inside another nation's borders when we declare war, so we don't have to naval invade. And we got our claim on Ochi and Yamana here. Ochi is only allied to Kikuchi, and Yamana is allied to a lot more people, so we're going to be attacking Ochi here. I'm going to see if we can't do this war by ourselves, which I mean, I could co-belligerent this guy, which isn't a bad idea, so let's go ahead and do that. And I actually have to go on the fort, so let's also take this finally. I forgot about that. Win that battle. Easy peace. And the fools are trying to land over here. Our ruler as a pirate republic also, if you're not familiar, instead of a general, they become an admiral. I was going to say we're going to make them pay, but kind of kicking our butts here. Ooh. Yeah, we lost that one. And it looks like Hosokawa is also attacking Ochi here. They're at war with both Kikuchi and Ochi, which as long as we get this province from Ochi, we should be fine. Okay, we finally took the fort. We're gonna wipe out these 2 armies here. They're just little 1 stacks. Also, I am just gonna straight up just focus on mill here. Again, I want to try and conquer Japan as fast as we possibly can, and we're gonna only be able to do that if we focus all in on our mill. And Kikuchi has lost, so we're gonna full annex them once we can. Or actually, let me negotiate with Ochi here. There we go. We're going to take these 2 provinces, send our army back to deal with these rebels here, which they actually abandoned in revolt. Never mind. Instead, we're going to go ahead and, I was going to say we're going to attack the Otomo here, but they allied Yamana, which is not the best situation. So instead, we're going to attack Ito, which is going to lead us to basically kill off our former ally Shoni at that. But we'll go for Shoni first since they got the better general. And Hosokawa just full annex Otomo, or Ochi, not Otomo. Also, unfortunately, Ashikaga did not like that we're attacking some of our neighbors, so they force our ruler to actually commit seppuku. We're also going to improve relations with Hosokawa so they don't attack us, because that would be horrible. With Yamana here, even though they can't attack us unless they get a claim on our province here. And Hosokawa is going to attack Amago, which is this guy here, so we might have just lucked out. And both Yamana and Hosokawa has actually attacked Amago. We can also finally get Mill Tech 4, so we get our 4 innovativeness, and, you know, again, we're just going to be focusing on Mill for most of the game here until we conquer all of Japan. We now occupy these 2 provinces here. Recall that diplomat. And we're just going to go ahead full annex both of these nations. Nice thing is, after taking out Ochi, we do have a fort here, which is going to be really, really nice to protect ourselves from any invaders. In terms of rivals, we can actually rival Hosokawa, who's actually a little bit weaker than us, even though they have a little bit more troops than us. We can also rival Otomo, Yamana. I'm thinking we're going to rival we're going to rival Hosokawa. That might make, yeah, Yamana's a little bit more friendly to us now, so I'm going to keep that in my back pocket here. Also, Yamana would not join a defensive war if I were to attack Otomo, so let's go ahead and do exactly that. We will also attack Shimazu, who also would not be protected by Yamana. I believe their troops are somewhere over here, so we'll do that war now. This way we can consolidate our island and give us a power base. And we'll just focus on building up our navy in case we needed to defend ourselves. Okay, and we did just take Otomo's capital actually at 14%. We're going to full annex them. And same thing with Shimazu over here. We're going to full annex them. So far, not too bad. We actually own a good little island down here in Japan. We've united this little area. And now we're going to try and push onwards. In terms of AE, yeah, we're starting to get some bad AE, but that should be okay. What I'm going to do to kind of curb that, at least for now, is I'm going to improve with outrage countries. We have 0 allies, so might as well improve relations with everybody. I also just rivaled Yamana, and we're going to rival Hatakeyama also. As for our Tier 2 government reform, we get Republican virtues, so we can either go with Articles of Agreement for the yearly Republican tradition and influence for the Buccaneers, trade power abroad, Council of Captains, or the privateers way. We're going to go with this. We can't ally anybody at all unless they're another pirate republic, but we get morale of armies plus 10%, morale of navies plus 10%, naval maintenance modifier, yearly republican tradition, and more privateer efficiency. So overall, really, really good. We can also finally get Mill Tech 5, get another 4 innovativeness and better infantry units. We're going to go with offensive Asian foot soldiers. That does put us ahead of everybody in Mill Tech, because yeah, still there's some people at 3, some people just got to 4. Also, we're gonna go visit our good friends Korea, and they're gonna give us some money here out of the kindness of their hearts, of course. Darn you, Ashikaga, they just took some base tax from our capital. Oh, apparently Hosokawa is planning to attack us, so good thing I'm building a bunch of these ships right now. I can understand why, because we're out of manpower and I just had to deal with a bunch of rebels. They're threatening war for us. For the fort province here, no, we're going to decline this. I will gladly go to war with you, especially knowing my navy's a lot better. Yeah, and all I have to do is just sit here and wait till my manpower goes back up. Yeah. Also, I'm going to call back my navy to kind of hope that that they're Hosokawa is going to be foolish enough to come here. I'm going to blockade them in, so now they're trapped here with me. They're behind me in Mill Tech. They do have a better general, but we have about the same amount of troops. And there's kind of a trick to do this, so obviously, you know, we have about the same amount of troops. What I'm going to do, since they're sieging a fort, I'm going to click on Sortie here. It's going to give me a couple extra guys in this fight. We're going to absolutely just destroy these guys. Now they're forced here, and we're going to stack wipe them. Boom. Their army's gone. And I'm going to detach my mercenary army here, and they're going to go straight to their capital. Or I guess not. Instead, we're just going to kind of carpet siege them now. And also kill off their navy. And all of a sudden, Hosokawa's not feeling too good about this war. And of course, once I take their capital, it's going to probably give us enough war score to actually take most of their land here. This is kind of the peace deal I'm looking at right now, is a 95% war score peace deal. Once I take their capital, it's definitely going to push me there. And since we're so far ahead in mill points, I'm just going to naval barrage their capital, speed that up. And there we go, we have like 100% war score on these guys. We can also now get Mill Tech 6, putting us at least 2 techs over everybody. And all of a sudden, we are about to grow a lot more. So we're going to take as much money as we possibly can and just annex pretty much their whole country. I'm also going to attack Yamana here, so that way they don't join a coalition against me right away. Sure, that did call Usugi, but there are 2 Mill Techs behind me. I'm also going to hire one more mercenary company, so then that way it deters anybody from attacking me. Stack wipe Usugi's entire army, and now Shiba's planning on attacking Usugi. So we got to make sure we kind of capitalize on this and carpet siege them down as much as possible before Shiba does. I'm also just going to sit on Yamana here for a little bit, just simply because I don't have the admin points to core everything. I don't think I could full annex Usugi, but I probably, yeah, pretty close. Maybe what I'll do instead is I'm going to make Usugi just kind of break apart here because Shiba's going to take land from them otherwise. So I would much rather do something like this, where Shiba's only going to be able to take like 2 provinces from them, and then we'll be able to attack Shiba. Also, these countries have 0 AE with us, so we can attack them as soon as the truce is up. And go ahead and complete this war with Yamana, and we'll rival Hatakayama, who's 93% weaker than us. And Toki here, who is in a coalition against us with Shiba and Hatakayama, just annexed Hosokawa, so the last remnant of that one country we killed off. I really want to invade here. However, what I think the problem is going to be if I do so, I'm going to be able to full annex Toki, but I can't separate piece out some of these other guys. But I might as well at least give it a try, so let's do it. At the very least, it breaks apart this coalition. What I am going to do is take as much land as I possibly can, which is probably going to be something like this to connect all of our land. Also, since I'm not really using my navy, since Shiba doesn't really have any boats, we're going to go visit the Bank of Korea. And there we go. Now we can finally full annex both Hatakayama and Toki. So we'll do that and deal with these rebels that just popped up. We're actually the ones that got bronze cannons here. That's kind of funny. And Ashikaga did just annex somebody. They are also in the process of annexing Shiba here, which looks like they're going to be doing that actually before we can get to them. I mean, alternatively, we could just attack Ashikaga, get our independence, or do the war for the emperor thing. Let's do it. Let's go to war. Ashikaga, there are 2 Miltex behind it. Yeah, we should be able to get this. Also, rehired the Free Company to just bolster up our army a bit here, and have them actually siege down Kyoto. Oh, we got a 3 siege general. And Kyoto is ours, which I believe, since we took their capital, that postpones things, right? For annexation? No, does not look like it. Okay, and we have 100% war score on Ashikaga. We can enforce our demands on them. I think Ashikaga has any provinces left, right? It's going to be their full annexation. Yeah, we demand their full annexation. Take as much money as we can. Taking Kyoto, and now all these guys are independent. And finally, we could choose our first idea group, and we are going to go with quality ideas. Regardless, if we decide to stay as so or form Japan, this is going to buff both our army and our navy. And our truce with all these guys is finally over. We're going to immediately attack Shiba, and I might as well attack Date over here, but I gotta insult them because we have good relations. Okay, and the war against Shib is over. We're going to, of course, full annex them. We can also upgrade to a kingdom, I guess. And I will fabricate a claim on this guy here. Alright, we can fabricate a claim, and we are going to immediately attack this guy. And same thing with Chiba. And at the same time, we'll make peace with Date. Okay, and we could finally win this war. We're going to full annex, of course. And we could form Japan now and become an empire. So we are Japan now. We are a Grand Pirate Confederacy. And now that we did form Japan... cool, yeah, so we do get the unique Japanese mission tree also. In order to get more samurai, our army tradition needs to be high. We need to have army professionalism, so we're going to start moving away from our mercenary practices here. So either we can accept women into commanding posts and this general becomes available, or we gain prestige, Republican tradition. Yeah, no, we're going to do this. Alright, we're going to pay a visit to our pals up in Ainu and attack them. Alright, for our tier 5 government reform, we're going to go with early Bushido code so we get even more samurai force limit. We're going to try and maximize as many samurai pirates as we possibly can. Get admin tech 7, so now we're going to get our second idea group. Really the only option I see is economic or innovative here, which, yeah, we'll just do economic here. Let's try naval invading into China. I think we have enough ships and we have a better general and better tech, so I don't see why we wouldn't be able to do well here. And oh, we'll even fight a Ming army along the way. Beijing is now ours. We'll destroy their navy here. We could take all their money. Let's do war reps. And I really want to take a province here. What if I take this one? How far away? Yeah, I want to take one province here. Also, this is Ming's entire army right here. So let's see if we can't finish them off. Almost. And the Manchu actually formed. Oh boy. And as for Ryukyu, we're just going to take, you know, their one and only province. Let's build a few more samurai. Alright, and we are going to move our capital over to Musashi. And the reason why we're going to do this is because, for one, it's a natural harbor. Also, it keeps our capital on the mainland, so it's not easily blockaded or surrounded and hard to get to. It's also a farmlands province, and it's in the middle of our country. So, China also just lost control of the south, so the mandate has completely collapsed, and China's finally collapsing. Japanese tea culture, cool. And hello, Yan. Let's immediately build a spy network on you. And Taiwan is now independent. Hello. And now Oirat is gonna just slaughter down the Ming, who has no troops to defend themselves. And let's immediately attack Ian. For tier 6 government reform, we're gonna go with the war against the world doctrine, which is basically like imperialism. So we can attack anybody that's not a pirate. And we'll take all these provinces as the Manchus are trying to take that one up here. So there's no way I'm gonna be able to get it. At least not yet. Also, Yan got vassalized by the Manchu. And our truce with Ming is over, actually. We're going to raid them, and then we're going to immediately attack them. Alright, let's go for it. We're going to do War Against the World, because this one gives us 75% cheaper provinces when we go to war against them. And all we have to do is take Beijing. And now the Manchu are trying to get in this war also, and then so is Wu. Alright, so let's make a peace deal with Ming. We're going to take Beijing here. Take as much of this as possible. And as much money as I can. So we'll just do something like this. And now the Manchu are the Emperor of China. So yeah, let's go ahead and attack Oirat with War Against the World. With our third idea group, we are going to go with... Honestly, we'll just go with offensive. I don't really like any of the Diplo ideas I can take right now. And Manchu have officially peaced out with Oirat. Let's see what we could take here. Obviously, anything that's in northern China. And yeah, we could take everything in northern China from the Oirat. And we could even take some money from them, so we'll do that. Ooh, the 1548 Yellow River Flood. Ah, that's actually really rough. And Manchu basically took over half of Yue here. That is actually pretty gross. Rally to Wu and Tong. And Manchu's attacking us. How lovely. Let's see if we can't beat this Manchu army. The Manchu are super freaking strong. Oh, the tech advantage though really working in our favor. All right, what we're gonna have to do is kind of split, divide and conquer them, since their armies are in two different sections of our country. Okay, we have 90 war score on Manchu. We're gonna take all this land basically to complete our northern China goal. And then we're going to take as much money as we can. And then we just have to beat up on the Tong. Oh, and I forgot these two provinces here.
Ooh, and we found gold. We now have a gold mine in Japan in the province of Iwami. Silver found in Iwami. So I'm definitely going to be deving up this province as much as I can. So yeah, we'll do our War Against the World on the Manchu and see how many provinces we can actually take from them. This actually might be a little bit of a tough war since we're kind of on par militarily now. And the Manchu actually start at medium war enthusiasm right now because their mandate is threatened. Oh, I didn't even consider that. Yeah, I forget that they're the Emperor of China. They have 0 mandate. Okay, and we did just take Hangzhou from the Wu, so we have 62% war score. We're going to take all their money, war reparations, and I think that's really about it. Now let's go fight the Manchu army up here, sieging down Beijing, or as we like to call it here in So, Japan, Hokuhei. Manchurian troops our whole morale behind us. So yeah, we're gonna pretty much, yeah, we just stack like a good third of their army right there. Now we have to get to the province of Jilin, and as that's their capital, that's our actual war goal. So let's go ahead and march up that way. And they did take back their capital, but we did take Wuchang, or Wuchang, and we're going to take this type of peace deal. It's only 28 war score. We have 36 right now. We're going to take as much money as we can from them. All right, let's take a look at Europe and see all these great powers. Apparently, Scotland owns half of England, Netherlands owns some of England, Denmark, some of the Low Countries. Bohemia is really large. We got a Prussia in the game, who is also a subject of Brandenburg. Aragon is freaking huge. And yet, Castile is on the great power list, but they're not, and that's probably just because of the institution. Portugal, Morocco, Italy's pretty gross. HRE's gross as usual. But this Netherlands, this is something I've never seen before. And now Korea's allied Wu. That is a horrible sandwich alliance right there. Alright, we've finished up offensive ideas. We're going to take pretty much our last two policies here. Army's pretty strong. We have 120 discipline. We're going to be a little bit crazy and attempt to invade Korea, who is allied to Wu, Shu, and Yue, so all the other little Chinese guys. So let's go ahead and let's attack them. First battle of the war. Let's see how our troops stand against the Korean ones. So far, it looks like we actually have a little bit better armies over the Koreans. And like that, we ended up actually losing this war because the Koreans just have way too many freaking troops. They have 116,000 troops. I can only have up to 80,000 troops, and my guys are all about to get stack wiped here. There they go. We have completed our goal. We were able to conquer all of northern China, but we weren't able to take anything from Korea at all this game because Korea was either technologically way ahead of us or militarily always had more troops than us. Hope you guys really enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time when we cover the nation of Hesse.